Quildar, Coquette, what's up? All right, guys. Good, I'm glad. Coquette, I really enjoy having you here. It's fun actually talking to you and stuff. And I would be watching your stream at night if I wasn't, playing with you at the same time. Those were fun games last night. It was so stupid. The whole thing was stupid, which is why it's great. Right. Every day I come in here thinking I need to redeem myself for what I've done the day before. And I'll do the same thing probably tomorrow. Was Tank was in one of the games, right? He was playing against us. Like I was saying, he's really grown on me a whole lot. I don't mind. He used to piss me off. And then, I don't know, something changed. Either he's more chill or I am or both of us. I don't know what it is, but doesn't get to me anymore. As more dots, was he a warlock in it? This camera's so weird. I don't understand it. Warlock, got it. I thought I had fixed it. Anyway, worry about that later. Yeah, I had a really fun time last night. It was quite nice. It was quite nice. Kind of grade this out some. This area just a little bit, make it a little bit more gray as it fades into this area here. I'm actually going to do some redrawing around this part, which that's nice. It's blending in underneath. I'm going to go over it with the stain brush. Yeah, it was fun, and that was a good move. Going and getting Drek when we were flailing up top north. That was fun. There's another one here too, actually. There's a tree. Maybe I'll work this up before. Maybe I don't. Maybe I just put these in. I needed, at some point I just need to get this thing going. It's kind of coming up like that. Tagging, what's up, buddy? What are you doing? Hey, thanks. I appreciate it. So, when I had originally taken the photo, I know I don't have it up on the screen, but when I originally had the photo, I know that this camera right here is very choppy. I don't know what's going on with it. Eventually I'll work through it, but it's on a different setting right now. But it wasn't choppy before I turned the stream on. When I turn the stream on, it gets choppy, so it's the tricky thing. Anyway, So I had taken a photograph of this place. It's standing in the middle of the road, so I can't go out there and paint necessarily. But I did it when there were no trees or leaves on the trees. And so now, obviously, there are. And I'm actually going off a photograph I took yesterday before I streamed yesterday. That's what's happening. This is called the penis building right here because it looks like a penis. I didn't build it. Everybody knows it is that. I don't even know its real name, to be honest with you. What's the penis building's name? You know?
Winston Tower? No,
It's not
Winston Tower. I don't remember.
There's actually a tree going over this building right here too, which maybe I do. I'm more concerned compositionally, so because normally the skyline is going to be up here like this, and then it kind of drops down a little bit more, which is quite nice. To be honest. That's quite freaking nice. Yeah, Coquette. It was just funny because everything in that game went wrong. The second, it just went wrong. And to be honest with you, those games where things go wrong like that are the most fun, especially if we can pull out a win at the end. That was a lot of fun. A distance between groups of leaves, like you mean like this here, like that type of stuff. That's kind of what I'm aiming for, so hopefully that's what you mean. Because you have to have that perspective, right? The atmospheric perspective. This is kind of up in the back. You even add some of this up in here. Doing a combination of, this is a round. I'm doing a combination of dabs and pulls, and then I'll go in with the fan brush as well. That's what seems to be getting the effect that I think I need for this. It's always experimentation with me when it comes to this type of work here. This is going to be dropping down some. It might get a little bit darker, in fact. This here. I don't mind having a combination of the greens. And then this part right here is actually covering this, which I kind of like. So there's going to be a cover, and I'm going to darken that area just a little bit. I'll do it with the same brush because I'm painting very thin, so I'm able to not muddy the brush. Let's put it that way. And I can kind of go in here, do a combination of the pulls and the dabs and such. I'm just trying to, as in everything, get the light impression, get the proper shape of darks. Think about the color. That's almost secondary to me, but it becomes a little bit more second nature the more you do it. But really focusing on the drawing and the drawing and how light or dark it is, the values. So I'm trying not to be too overly technical with this, and I'm trying to see this whole shape and just get an overall sense and feel of it, because this is for my sister and she wants something specific, so it doesn't need to be 100% academic style, if that makes sense, which it does because I said it. Everything I say makes sense. This is the underlayer. Then I'm going to start bringing the light up, right? This area is going to be a little bit more grayed out to get depth. And thus far, THUS, I am using the reds, but I am now going to expertly wipe the brush, give it a little wiggle, go on the palette, greens, start putting a little bit of a green down. That's what I do. may be a mistake, but I have to remind myself that I don't make mistakes, ever. So I'm going to go into this. Some might call it stubborn, but I call those people who might call it stubborn idiots. Some more color. Just going to kind of blend this part in just a little bit. This is the underlayer again. So I'm going to bring the light up. An example of an academic style landscape paint. What is an example? Again, Mark Boges, who I can never say his name right. You have Corot, he's an older one. Sargent is one I would think my sister would actually really enjoy if she really knew what he is. Impressionist, you're right. But he can also, let's see. If you see any of Bouguereau's work, he does some solid ones. No, I haven't because I have these commissions that I have to get done. I haven't put out a video either, which is what I want to be doing right now, but I just can't do it at the moment. At the moment. I will. I'm just behind, and I will get caught up with this. It's just been a rough couple. It's been a little bit rough recently, but it's nothing I'm not going to get past. That's why this is happening. So it's all good. So we have a solid underpainting. What I'm going to do is go in with the oranges, gray it out some. Okay. This might be a little bit light, but I'm going to how that happen. Let's wipe it off. Go back into it. We're not daunted. Okay. Simply, I can make that work. No, but I want to tag in. I want to, and the reason why I want to is because, first off, I really enjoy doing it, number one. Number two, it's great practice. It is great practice. And also, I think it would make a nice video, that type of stuff. Bring that down some. And actually, let me see. See, in the picture, this is all the same color, but I'm trying to create an illusion. So I'm going to really don't bring this down some, the chroma. The chroma meaning trying to make it less colorful, more so it fades into the back, right? That's what we're doing. Mark D'Alessio is also somebody who has some excellent painting, like landscapes and stuff. He's very like academic in his work. So my friends, what else? Melissa Sanchez is very good. Her work is, I think her landscapes are pretty solid for the most part. I'm actually going to bring some of this up in here, and then I'll go back into it with, there we go, that's better. So we're looking at the overall effect. So the trash can is right behind you, okay? Good. All right, Coquette, thanks for stopping by. Get some work done. Be diligent. Be smart. Be cerebral. Specifically, what I want to do with charcoal, I want to do a portrait. I want to do a figure drawing. But what I ideally want to do is one from real life. If I can set up one where I have a model coming in and we're working with from reality with it, that's what I want to do, is something like that. That is what I want to do. But that might be a tall order at the moment. but I'm going to, you know, if this stuff ever picks up and starts creating a passive income, I'm going to start doing things where I have actual models in, and it'll play off itself, right? Like it's the content itself is going to get better, but I'm going to start getting some models in and doing that type of work. And also, if that ever happens, I can do paintings that aren't necessarily commissions. And I've done that before, but that normally happens when I don't have work, and that's not a healthy existence, if that makes sense, right? Richard Smith, right? She has, I think her work is pretty solid. I do. You know, she has, you know, I mean, I think it's pretty solid. Hey, thanks, man. I appreciate it. I agree, Tegan. I agree, too. I'm kind of on my ass at the moment, but I'm slowly getting out of it. Like I said, this isn't complaining. It's just been a little bit rough year, art-wise and commission-wise, and sometimes that happens. And I'll say this, getting out of these slumps are good when it happens, but it's also good when you're in them, because it teaches you all sorts of ways how to handle yourself and deal with things. And every time I go through something like this, I come out way stronger every time. Now, it's stuff that you don't always want to go through, right? It's not fun going through these slumps, but they're very necessary in growth. I hope it grows too, but I need to put more work into that and be smarter about it than I have been. And a lot of it is just time and experience and just having things catch on, and there might be a degree of luck, right, with algorithms and videos and all that stuff, which I'm not trying to chase. I'm trying to focus on doing solid content. I find myself when I come in the studio, I say to myself, okay, I really want to do a video, but if I do a video, I'm not going to have enough money to do what I need to do right now. So like, again, this will bring money in. I have a line of commissions coming up. Give me a second here. I need to take this. Give me 1 second. Brian, what's happening, buddy? Brian? It's my student who's probably calling to cancel, which is not good. Give me a sec. Yeah, Instagram I have totally let drop. Which maybe, you know what? I'll post something today. I'm going to post something today. I'll do something solid. I'll post something today. Brian, what's up, buddy? Hey. No, I didn't. What happened? Can you hear me? Brian? Brian, if you can hear me, I can't hear you, buddy. I'll let him call back. Yeah, I agree, Tegan. So ideally, because like it's, give me a sec. Brian. Hey. Oh, yeah. Yeah, so what's up? He got kicked off or something? Well, good, it's their loss. Yeah, great. Yeah. Well, look, I'm in the middle of something right now. Do you want me to? I can call back later and we can talk about that if you like. All right. Sounds good, man. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. I'll talk to you then. Bye. All right. English. Anyway. So the goal is this is that I get the, once I get this painting done, that's really going to get me on my feet a little bit more, and then I have to go to the next commission. But between, like, I have stuff filmed. I just need to put together another video, and then once I get the video going, like, you know, it's just a little bit of a dip right now is my point. Yeah, they did, didn't they? Do you think I should do another palette one? Is that what you think I should do? Bring the light up. Okay, that's a little bit better. And like everything, it takes me a little bit of time to get warmed up. Right, that's what it does. I found that when you do more serious videos, they go up more like without the so much funny skits. Okay, when I do more serious videos, they go up more like without the so much funny skits. So you're saying I should drop the funny skits. Is that what you're saying? And they go up more like for the people who are going to watch them. Shit. It's actually okay. I'm not sure. Like, I just need to be putting out more than I am right now, I think, honestly. I'm not putting out a lot of content. I'm putting out a lot of stream content. Right? I actually am putting out a lot of content, like stream-wise, but right, it needs to. It's like kind of a little branch coming out here. More analytical about things without boring the viewer. It's good in the middle with jokes here and there. Yeah, I was taking example Scott Waddell, older videos. Yeah, I like him. Like, he's pretty witty and stuff, and he's able to talk through. And to be honest with you, I've done a lot of filming where I'm just like singing from the camera, talking and such, and I'll do several takes. And so I'm doing a lot of practice right now because I am trying to get a little bit more fluid with my explanations and without having to always do those splices, right? Like, you know, where you kind of cut the video, cut this out, cut this out. I'm trying to make it more fluid like that, which is a very hard thing to do. But you can do it, and that's what I'm going towards. But I am trying to get this stuff right. I am trying to do these things. I just need to get better at it. And again, I haven't been on my feet recently. I've had a lot of stuff going on, because my dad has dementia, and so that takes away a lot of time that I have. And here's the thing: I can be doing better even in this situation. I'm just saying I'm having to learn how to juggle a lot of things, and I could definitely be doing a better job. But I feel like I'm getting on my feet, and I'm going to be doing like more content. Like I'm not content with not putting content out right now. I am not. It's a problem, right? It is a problem. Like I'm not at all content. It's quite nice. Quite nice. Yeah, it takes, and that's the other thing. So this is good feedback, and the reason why it's good feedback is because, like my video format, every time I film something, I've filmed a lot of good content that would be very helpful for people, and maybe I should just put that out. But in my head, I'm thinking to myself, I didn't take the time to make it something funny that lives up to the expectations of like somebody who might like the videos because they're funny, and it's different than all the other bullshit that's out there. Which it's not bullshit. There's a lot of good content, okay? But I feel like I'm not doing my best when I'm not making it as entertaining as I could. I don't like it when I get too serious, for example, in things. I don't. And so that's one of the things I'm struggling with is I think I mentioned this to you, tagging, is that sense of perfection is really getting the best of me right now. It's one of the things that I struggle with, and I'm trying not to struggle with. I'm really trying to get over, right? I'm trying to, I want to be putting out more content for people who need it. And it's not good enough to do a video every 1 or 2 months. Like, I need to be putting out a lot of stuff. There's a lot of things that I need to be putting out. And again, one of the things, like when you first start, one of the greatest things you have is, the most important things you have is your time, right? It takes time to do things. You don't have, for example, the assets that somebody who has a channel, who's grown that channel has. For example, they can put money into it, right? And they put money in, and they can hire an editor, which saves them time so they can get more done. So their assets shift over to better equipment, more money, hiring people and stuff. Like, that's what a channel brings in. But at first, you don't have that, so you have to take your time to do it. And so having to balance this and do that other stuff is hard, because I have the content. My problem is that the editing and putting it together and putting a theme to it and then putting it out, that each video roughly takes me almost about a week to put out. Yeah, I'm growing, you're right. And that's why it takes time. And my channel is growing. It's a question of, could it be growing faster? Now, I enjoy small groups like we have here. I really do enjoy this. Like, it's nice, it's personable, and this and that. It's great. I'm not complaining about that. But in terms of growth, yeah, like, I need to be doing a better job if that's the goal, which it is. It's to expand out and ideally still keep it nice and personable and stuff. I don't want to become distant or just like I'm talking. I don't want it to sound like I'm talking to 1,000 people or something, right? I always want it to be personable, right? That's the thing. And so, but I don't need to worry about that right now, but eventually that's what, at some point it could possibly grow into. And, you know, but yeah, my point is I'm fumbling with things right now. And I think most people who do this type of work, not just this type of work, but I'm talking about when they're trying to grow a business or grow a channel, they oftentimes fail and go back a step, and they go through these slumps. Like, it has kind of been a slump for me recently. They go through this stuff, and it's kind of like they need to go through this stuff. That's what it feels like. So anyway, that's kind of what's going on here. I watch other YouTuber videos. I just, and I get ideas from them. But at the same time, I have a strong idea of what I want mine to look like. It's having the time to get it done is my main thing. And like I said, sometimes I overthink the video too much as well. Because especially when I first started, I was watching, what I would do is go out on the back porch, and we have a gazebo, and I would sit there and smoke a cigar. I would watch YouTube videos. I had a notebook. I would write everything down and all this stuff. And it got to the point where I was like, okay, I got this. I have a strong idea. It's always good to get more knowledge, right? But you fall into the trap of always just studying and you're never applying things. And it got to the point where I need to start applying that knowledge and doing this stuff. And it's almost like I'm in a cross between the two right now. It's like I need to force myself to sit there and just record something and put something out. Hey, Hammy, what's up? Like, I need to get in that mindset just to get it done, which is kind of what I'm trying to do with this painting, because I'm kind of stagnating in a lot of my work. Like, I'm being too perfectionist with certain things in a bad way. Like, it's good, I think it's good to be a perfectionist, but you can also overdo it, which is kind of what I've done, and it has kind of been an issue. When it freezes you up. Now, when it freezes you up again, you just need to learn how to get past that. You can turn it into a good thing, but yeah, it's a little bit nuts. Some of this stuff. It's quite nice. Okay, I don't mind that. That looks pretty cool. I'm gonna start putting a little bit of greens in there. But yeah, that's just, I'm kind of thinking out loud with this. I don't know where I'm going with it. But, but I'll have some solid content out, and because ideally what I'm doing is coming in here, getting a solid 4 or 5 hours of work done on the painting, and then working about 2 or 3 hours of solid work at least on a video. But the problem is that I have a lot of obligations that kind of are pulling me out of the studio right now, and but I have some things in the works in terms of that might make it a little bit easier for me. Like I need, like I said, time's the big factor here with stuff, right? You need time when you're first starting. I can't hire, for example, somebody to do this type of work right now. It's just how it is. It's looking all right. It's looking okay. Let's, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to actually put the sky in, and I might even flirt with putting some pieces in here and there. Hey, thank you, Hammy. I appreciate that. I'm glad you're here. I really am. Yeah. Well, I'm at the point where it's like I I'm sleeping too late, which for me is 8:30. I woke up at 8:30 today. I want to be waking up at 7:30. I woke up at 8:30, and I could have slept until 10. And that's an issue because like it's just you get that worn down, and it's not just I'm not being lazy. It's like that's literally I'm just worn down. I'm worn down, and but sometimes you have to go through this, right? And apparently, I guess I have to go through this right now. But it is what it is, right? I'm trying to. Just I don't know. I just need to be smarter, I guess. It's like, because tonight I'm not going to get to bed until 10:30, 11. It's not going to be like a break, you know what I mean? It's going to be something that I have to do. I have to, I'm not complaining. I'm putting this out, just saying like, it's sometimes you have to somehow learn to balance and get through like a hardship while trying to perform and improve a business at a very high level. That can be a little bit tricky, but that's what I'm doing, right? So complaining about it's not going to help. There's no sense. I'm just kind of talking through it right now, right? That's what I'm doing. I'm not in despair. I'm not saying there's not a way out, this and that, but sometimes you just, this is how things are. And you just kind of have to work with it. It's looking okay, and then there's another tree which is right around here. Screw it. I'm gonna put this in. I'm gonna put this tree in. It's kind of coming down here. Make this a little bit more contrasty. Okay. Dal, what's up? Should have broke my personal record. I didn't know you swam. 50 meters, 164 feet freestyle without a single breath. Dude, that's really good. Sprint swim too. I had to sprint swim too. Jeez. Now, are you on a swim team, Tagian, or is this just something you do on the side? Dude, that's awesome. Bah. I finished 50 meters. I look so. Oh. You're on a swim team. Sweet. So what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to have trees. Oh shoot, y'all can't see that part. I didn't see that. Now, I'm going to have like shadows coming across here. So I'm going to put some, like that's what's going to, it's going to break this up because there's too big of a piece here just doing nothing, right? It's not good design. So just need to be smart about this. So this actually, this here. I love swimming, man. I really do. That's awesome that you swim. So good for you. Oh, deep water. So do you swim in the ocean or do you have a pool? Deep Olympic pool. Gotcha. So summer I go to the sea too on vacation. Dude, that's nice. So how did you overcome your phobia? Was it did you just do it? Just repetitive? This guy. Forced yourself. Yeah. Good. Good. Dude, that's good. Swimming's like one of the best things you can do. I always feel so much better when I swim. It's good too, because like when you get older, your joints hurt. You know, it happens. It's wear and tear, and it's very loose on them, but you still get a lot of benefit, like, you know, physical benefit from it. You know, I think you work like a ton of like smaller muscles and stuff that otherwise wouldn't. Let's see. It's wonderful. Oh, thalassophobia, is that what it's called? I was drinking a lot of pool. That's pretty funny. Feel like Poseidon. Can you swim upside down? Like, you know, looking up like that? I love swimming. It's one of my favorite things, man. I open my eyes underwater, I swim everywhere. It's fun. See the sky. Let me adjust the camera for you guys. Once in a while, I remember to check, and then half the time I see that I am painting off camera. Not good! And my hand is covered in oil. I hate this palette cup so much, I can't even say. This is the second day in a row that this has happened. There's a bat crawl. Kind of in a way, bat crawl, okay. Something huge swam against you? Ooh, dude, that's scary. I had something bump me once in the water. Could have been a shark. Sometimes that's how they test. To see if you're edible. And they said, this one has too much muscle. I don't know if we can bite through it. That's what it said. I heard it say that. Just a sec, I need to clean this. Yep. It's bullshit. How's your painting coming?
Bullshit.
It's bullshit? You need to summon your inner Lewis. No? No.
How many folds? It looks stupid.
To me, what?
Folds.
Folds? It doesn't look stupid. Rose, look at some of the paintings look at the stuff we have up on the wall. Look how many folds there are there. That's a good design, what you have. You're just overthinking things. Getting some solid work done today. Getting solid work done. I wasn't in a lake, I was in an ocean. Called brushstroke frog style. It looks like it. It literally looks like it. Yeah. That's the. Well, there's this. That's not brushstroke. Brushstroke's this, right? It is a frog. Yeah. Let's see that frog style. Give me a second. Let me try something. I'm gonna try to fix this camera really quick, and if I screw it up, which I don't think I should. Do the custom. Whew. Yes. do bulk. See what that does. That's probably not going to do it. Go back to this. So it should be smoother. This, but Clara, what's up? Let me get this really quick. I know I'm messing with the camera, y'all. Just I'm just at some point I have to fix this, and I've just been trying to fix it. I don't know what the hell is going on with it. I just don't know. There. Wait a second. Let me catch up really quick here. Don't you love how this is just skipping out every 5 seconds? Wait a second. Smoother. Right? Well, what the hell happened? That's how you throw a punch. All right. Well, it's smoother now. I don't know what I did. Frankly, it concerns me because now I'm paranoid. Like, maybe I touched a key the right way. Maybe if I don't tomorrow, it's not going to work. Dolphin kick and front crawl. Fastest styles. The dolphin kick and front crawl. Last time I was in deep water, I had to save my kids, and they tried to drown me because they were probably panicking. Just did 4 portrait sketches. Is the curse finally broken? I think it is, man. You got out of it. It's a hard sport. My body always feels like shit. Dude, I feel like shit too right now. Like, my legs are just killing me. But that means, like, that's good because you'll form into it, right? Like, your body hardens after a while. Dude, Queldar, how do you feel? Yeah, he's had a hard time. I'm behind in chat, by the way. I'm at, what? Has it really been that long? That's where I'm at. Lewis, I heard after this you were going to get on WoW for the remainder of the evening. I don't think I can play today. I can tomorrow. Only for the paintings. Heard it from the grapevine. I want to, but I can't. Pretty much, I couldn't bring myself to do any kind of studies. Painting becomes boring sometimes. If I do it too much, I always jump back to drawing. Drawing feels more natural. Yeah, that's why I was starting with this. The only reason why I'm not doing drawings right now is because I have to get this done. This is like, I told Rose I'm in red alert right now. Right, Rose? She says, she's like, yes. Clara, I am sorry. Yeah, right? Elgato is like really weird. But hey, I think it's working now. It looks pretty good. I'm going to obviously reduce it down. I changed some settings on it. I changed like the frame per second. To be honest with you, I don't really know what happened. It just kind of snapped out of, I don't know. I think it's a bug because this camera was working well, like very well for months. And then within the last 2-3 weeks or something, it just stopped working. Lunge at the canvas. So that's like this. So if I was painting from real life, I'd be here, I'd be back like this, and then looking at the model, and then you go up like this, like that. And so when you're really into it, sometimes you're like, you go up quick, right? And so that's what he was talking about. It's great exercise, very good exercise. It's good. And as you can tell, even this, like I'm not going back. I need to be going back more than I am. Part of that has to do with, and I need to fix that, is messing with that, like hitting that. It's pretty funny. So anyway, all right, back to the painting. Let's we're working on the sky. That's why I pulled it out. Then I realized that there was oil all over myself. Then I fixed, I hope, this. We'll know if it bugs out or not. Hey, it's pretty smooth, right? Looks pretty smooth to me. Let's bring this here, because we're working on the sky. That way you can see everything. So that's good. Oh, and so one thing, like I said, my legs are really stiff. So one thing I do, I like going down and just squatting, and this actually really helps a whole lot. And look, all of this is related to painting because you're standing all day in paint. And the reason why I work out, I mean, I like staying in shape. It makes you feel better, but also for a painter, it helps you to think more clearly. Something about it just clears your head. I don't know if it's the blood flow or heart, the efficiency of your heart and absorbing oxygen or whatever it is. You can always think more clearly when you're in shape. Or when you're exercising and such. I mean, granted, you don't want to be like tired as hell going into things, but if you do a little bit every morning or something, and like I like doing things in the morning. I don't like having to look forward to it at the end of the day. So, that's how I look at things. It's nice because in the mornings I get a lot done, and at the end of the day, for the most part, I can relax. Right? It's right under your feet. I can relax, and it's a great feeling. Just shit. It's a hair. It's disgusting. I'm a morning exerciser, but I also like sleeping, so it's a toss-up. Yeah, I mean, I know. I think it's like, if I sleep late, right? Which most of the time I don't need to set my alarm. And I didn't mind sleeping until 8:30 today just because I knew I needed the sleep. But, so I won't set the alarm, but if I will get up if I see I won't have a hard time getting up. In other words, I'll just hop out of bed, especially if this doesn't happen. But if I slept until 9 o'clock on a weekday, I would jump out of bed and I would start running. But most of the time, I wake up around 7:30. But today it was later, which sometimes that happens. Screw it. It's not what I wanted. You got it?
Maybe.
You got it. So I'm using essentially ultramarine blue, cobalt blue, and cerulean mixed in with the Cremnitz white to get the sky, and just softly brushing it in and trying to put some variation into it right now. just to make it a little bit more interesting to look at. And I'm trying to make the saturation greater up top and fade out this way, but I'm obviously putting some variation into it as well. Right, that's what I'm doing. You want the sky to be interesting. You don't want it like all smoothed and stuff, and so yeah, it doesn't need to be like totally smoothed out, right? When you wake up a little too late and you're like, the window is past, yeah. Life of luxury. I have night terrors almost every day. That's not fun. Usually I wake up too early or too late because of it. Dude, that's scary stuff. Do you have night terrors?
No. Do you?
I don't think so. Brush that. Use your head. Okay, I'll work that later. I think the way to work that in, maybe, let's try something here. I'm going to put a couple marks in. This might be unnecessary though. This might be unnecessary. We'll see. Okay. And then I'm flying quite a bit. Oh, those are fun. I had a dream that referenced something from your life, and then you wake up and you aren't sure if that was real or imagined reference. Sometimes, yeah. That's happened to me before. Shit. I'm kind of thinking maybe I go and work on this part over there, like the building. Because I've put down a lot with the trees, the leaves and stuff so far, and I feel like I'll work on those more, but it might be better if it dries. Put a couple pieces of things in here. Like putting some pieces in up here could be good. go back into it after this dries some, because this is not going to be like, the paint's still wet underneath, but doing this type of stuff will help give you an idea, because I'm thinking of design right now, not just, so, because I know that's like kind of a little bit dark, but I can bring the light up later once it's not going to blend. What keeps on happening? I keep on getting black in here. It's the second time that's happened. I think I see what I'm doing. Okay, yeah, I'm just being stupid about it. That. There we go. Lorenzo Fiorinelli. I just reached your YouTube channel. So interesting. Thank you, Lorenzo. Are you Italian? I think you are. Fiorinelli. Fiorinelli. Example. Yeah, an example would be dream that you got into a fight with your sister and she makes a comment about how you didn't go to her friend's birthday party, and then you wake up and can't remember if and then you get pissed at her over it. That's pretty funny. Fiorinelli, I like that last name. Fiorinelli. Right. So if you hold the brush like this, it means you're a true painter, apparently. That's how it goes. So I'm just putting some marks, obviously, in here, and then I can start. I'll work on this more once it's not like blending in so much, but there's a lot of stuff I don't mind. Like a really thick tree cover, but it's nice having some sky into it, and you can kind of, get that sense of depth, right? That's what we do. We get depth. Depth. Fiorinelli. Fiorinelli. There. All right. Oh shit. You're Italian. Sorry, sometimes the chat doesn't like scroll up when it goes, so I might be a little behind. Sei italiano. I said that as if I speak fluently. Io posso parlare, ma ho bisogno di fare pratico perché ho perso tante parole. Meets all the Italians online. I do. Well, where else? I'm in North Carolina. Where else am I going to meet them? Probably have an Italian group of some sort here. Soon he'll start talking Italian only. You're good at it. Trust me. You see? Suck it, Quellar. Grazie. Lorenzo Fiorinelli. Grazie mille. Grazie. I assure you that I'm not making fun of the language. I enjoy the language. I think it's a very beautiful language. Lost all the words, Lewis. Where did they go? Up your butt. That's where they went. As we know, probably you speak Italian better than some Italians. I don't know about that. Okay. But thank you. Grazie. Okay. Let's do some solid work. Let's dipinto uccelli blu e ora vado a dipingere questo edificio qua. Non si può vedere su camera. Devo girare la camera alla destra un pochino. See? Shaking her head. All right. Okay, now, I was in college. I lived in a town, mostly Italian, Croatian, Russian families. It was always fun when they had town activities. The food was always amazing. Dude, that sounds awesome, actually. All right, here's what we're going to do. I am not going to put any more marks yet in the trees. I'll come back to the trees, but right now, I'm going to work on the building a little bit because I feel like I need to catch that up. And then what I'm going to do, all right, so look, this is what we got so far. Just a second. I'm just going to, you know what? I'm not going to touch this camera because I am afraid that it's not going to come back. I think that's a very valid fear at this point. All right, so I'm just going to rotate this. So this is what we got, right? The buildings, all that stuff. We have the munchkin over there. There it is. And then we have the road. I'm going to put shadows on the road, right? Down some. But this building, we need to do better. It needs to be better. This is hard. That's what she said. Okay. Is this in broad daylight or like morning? This is around 2 in the afternoon, but you can't, or 1 o'clock, 1:30. You can't tell yet. I know what I'm going to do. Give me a sec. We're not going to go to the buildings yet. I'm doing something grander. I have bigger plans. All right? We might lose in fact, we're going to lose main camera. Just for a second. Give me a sec here. Give me a sec. Hell? Bucket. I need to move that before we trip on it. Okay, I got almost the whole painting. I know main camera's down. Just give me a sec here. This is what we got to do with this type of stuff. You know, we always have to. It's not like a screen capture. A screen capture would be easy, but this stuff we have. Unfortunately, it's a little bit more technical. All right, I got it. I'll put this one in first, and then this one in, and then we're solid. Should do it. I'm gonna bring this over. Good, it's up. This camera is still going. See? We took a couple minutes and I worked through that expertly. All right, that's what we do. The difference between painting the light is 2 versus 3. Not much. It's just the direction of the shadows and stuff. 1 second. Miz, what's up, buddy? I'm in the middle of the stream if you want to watch it and talk to me. Yeah. Yeah, you don't need to. Yeah, there's no problem. Okay, here. Oh, that was Miz. Okay. Oh, there we go, Miz. All right, buddy. Yeah, otherwise I would talk to you. Okay, so what we're going to do, I'm going to actually bring this up, and here's what we're going to do. I have a plan, even though I know it never looks like I do. I'm aware of this. All right? Now, shadows, right? This is kind of a big deal. Let's move this over here. Push it back. It should stay. All right. Get a little bit more cremnitz white. Cremnitz white. Okay. It is poisonous, and yes, I have been poisoned directly. I have been slowly poisoned over time using this stuff. Okay. We crushed our enemies last night. In case anyone was wondering, we did, Ms. And yes, we did. I'm keeping scrolling your channel, and I like so much your videos. Thank you so much, Lorenzo. Thank you. Life drawing ones. You know, I'm collecting video samples like these to produce mine ones for students too. Very interesting. Good. Good. Excellent, man. Well, direct me to your channel and all that stuff. You know, like, don't be afraid to post, and, you know, I'll try to support you the best that I can with that. You know, it's always a good thing. We need to have more people teaching, you know, like solid drawing and painting. That's my thing. Always teach solid drawing and painting. It's the bread and butter, drawing rather, is to, you know, most of this stuff. So that was not good. That's actually solid. All right, so what I'm doing right now, I'm mixing shadow colors for the road. That's what I'm doing. Lorenzo, in these videos, are they going to be in English or Italian? I am genuinely curious. So I'm essentially using ivory black, ultramarine blue, and then my orange, which is yellow ochre, and in this case, Indian red is what I'm using, okay? And let me actually get a little bit more pigment, some more paint, because I'm going to be using quite a bit. I'm going in with the larger brushes, and I'm going to sketch out the shadows in a compositionally interesting manner. That is the plan. Okay. Palette. As you can tell, I know it's a little blurry. It's not focused, but these are the street colors, and then right here, I was actually using for the sky, but I'm going to come here and just simply mix in the color that's underneath here, and I can take a little bit of here, that, and if I need to get lighter, I can, and if I need to warm it up, you know, I have the colors at the top, so I'll be mixing with my brush. I'm going to be using a large brush for this. Miz, those were fun games last night. It's not, I don't know, it might be this. So, Queller, you're out of your slump right now, right? It seems, which is good. And we're going in with intricacies like right here. Okay. Okay. So I am going to actually go in with some medium first. And the goal here is to just get the main shapes correct, right? That's what we're trying to do. And it's kind of coming up high up here. And so I'll worry about the color, because these colors are going to be a little bit different. But I'm just going to lightly brush them on. I see they're going almost like horizontally across. And I guess I could put the reference photo up for everybody, but I'm frankly too lazy to right now. But I might put it up. The other thing is that it takes up so much space in the actual camera itself, or on the screen. That's the problem. You know, both games I played were fun. I'm really glad we finally ran into Davy Jones. I'm temporarily out of my slump. Good, man. I guarantee you, Queller, that you... let me ask you, what happened? Like, what did you do? You said you started working out some, right? There we go. Okay, so this is here, and what's going to happen is I'll darken some of the houses around here as well, just some of them perhaps, maybe a little bit, but I'm going to keep some speckles of light going across them to draw them out, okay? So that is the goal with that, and this kind of comes over this way. And the trees I'm going to also make very pleasing to look at. See how that looks. So this to me is looking a little bit better right there. And let's do this. I'm going to actually shrink, and I'm going to drag this. Whoops, drag this over down here. Let's try that. Might be a little bit better. I just feel like it's in the way. And then we have this one here, which is going to be smaller. It's kind of coming up this way. See, this is why I haven't really painted the trees in that much yet. There's an order in which you paint things, and some of the orders I've kind of I've gone out of order, right? I've gone out of order, painting some of the stuff, which is okay, but ideally you want to kind of stick with the order of things. Probably wrap in cabbage. Wait, what is this? They probably wrap in cabbage. I stopped working for 4 months. I don't think there's a silver bullet. So you could chat about the tree trunk laying in my yard, wanting to know what I was going to do with it. I've been trying to work through some stuff lately in my head. Yeah, that's weird. Okay, got it. See a woodworker. Question is, Lewis, I'm going to create videos just in Italian language as informative support for my academy students, but who knows, maybe English reaches more, still thinking about it. Quanti creatori ci sono? Come la mia domanda è, ci sono altre persone che sta creando questo video in italiano? Oppure sei il solo persona che fa così? Perché non ho fatto i miei studi di questo. I haven't researched this. I don't know how to say researched, right? How many people quante persone stanno facendo questi video? C'è competizione? Ci sono persone italiane che vogliono vedere questo video perché ci sono italiani che non possono parlare inglese e forse si può fare in 2 lingue. Qualche volta fa un video in italiano e altro tempo si fa in inglese. You could mix it up, right? That was really butchered, but that's the problem. You have to figure that out, right? You have to, I don't know how to say research. Should have voiced Mario. Mario, eh? You have to figure this stuff out, right? I mean, that's hard. You know what? Because I will at some point do a video in Italian, but I will do it very non come un scherzo. It's not like a joke. It's like un mezzo serioso. But io parlo così, ma ho scritto in sottotitoli sotto e I sottotitoli non fanno senso. They don't make sense. The subtitles don't make sense, right? Yeah, more Luigi. You know, I don't know. There's ways. My videos are different. Everybody's going to be different. Everybody brings something different to the table. But for my current audience, it's a little bit difficult. Is your current audience Italian? how high can you jump? I don't know how high I can jump. I know I can like hang on a rim, but I can't dunk. I used to be able to dunk, but I can't dunk now. But I think I could if I practiced. So, because I was playing some basketball recently, Miz, and I was like, I've lost some of the jumps. So I've been doing like jumping exercises. So, but I don't know how high I can. I've never really, tried myself. I'm going to use subtitles for sure. Okay. But is your audience coloro che ti vedono, che ti guardano, sono italiani oppure sono inglesi, sono americani oppure le gente che parlano l'inglese? Chi sono queste persone? You can, or I can't dunk right now. If you can dunk, you can play Luigi. You can almost touch the net. Yeah, I mean, I can get the rim easy, but dunking is, I can't dunk right now. No, I used to be able to, but I can't right now. My legs, like that's one of the reasons I've been doing like lots of jumping exercises, lots of footwork, and all sorts of stuff. But also, I'm getting older now, and it's just not coming as easily as it once did, which is okay. That's fine. It's a little bit tricky. Yeah, but I'm 6 feet tall. I'm 6 feet, so 6 feet, and then add another. What is this, like probably 2 feet or so? So 6 feet, 8 feet. 8.5. I don't know how high I can reach, but I don't know. I can jump, but I can't. I'd like to be able to jump, obviously, higher than that. It would be great. It would be great. And then there's somehow a tree going across here. So there's something like this going like all the way across. And then there's another one off in the distance. See, this is actually looking nicer, right? Even though I'm going to work this stuff in. Art Academy is like normal art university. We have lots of students by every country, but lessons in arts and spoken language are Italian. Then what I would do is do them in Italian at first. Because ci sono tanti video in inglese e la competizione è altissimo così e forse si può trovare altre cose, ma forse si comincia con italiano e aspetta a vedere quanti views ci sono. Forse perché immagino che non ci sono tante persone che fanno questo video in italiano dell'arte, forse ci sono meno. Ma indovino questo. It's just a guess. Right, exactly. So, forse aspettiamo e si prova in italiano prima e poi si può cambiare strategie dopo. Yeah. Right. And if there's not people doing these videos, se non ci sono italiani, tu sei un italiano facendo i video in italiano e questo è una cosa buona. E dopo questo si deve aspettare, continuare facendo i video, aspettare il tuo audience, I don't know how to say audience, a crescere, to grow, right? You just wait for it to grow. Like we were talking about this before. Stavamo parlando di queste cose prima, come crescere il channel. I don't know how to say channel either. So, canali, that's canal, isn't it? On that channel, there's a lot I don't know. I forget words. Anyway, I think I would start there because there's going to be such competition in English, right? And it just is. There's competition. All right. Miz he's away from keyboard. He'll be back. AFK, right? Oh, Clara, I miss Clara. Shoot, I missed her. Yeah, she was taking off. Okay, let me do this. Let's try to. I need to loosen up a little bit with this stuff. But I think you should definitely, like, have you started? Hai cominciato facendo i video? Oppure, like, what stage are you at with this? I don't know how to say stage. These words I need to look up. What stage are you at? Have you started doing this stuff? This. So are you planning on dropping in light later? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to bring some of this value down here, and then bring some of the light up. So yeah, I'm adjusting the shadows, and right now what I'm going to be doing though with this is the light speckles, right? Like this stuff in here. Right? So I've done this before. Like, it's just, you do have to take your time with it. Just putting those specks of light in. And this makes it interesting to look at, right? It makes it look more realistic and such. Lorenzo, abbiamo un channel. 1 second. I need to look this up. This is pissing me off. Italian. No. English. To Italian. Give me a second. I'm literally just going to be looking words up. Because this is the only way I'm going to learn. Canale. Okay. Abbiamo un canale di Discord e dovresti venire perché c'è una buona comunità e ora tu puoi fare un post dei tuoi video, del tuo lavoro e possiamo vedere il lavoro così. It's a great community, and so we have that, because I also want to see, I'd love to see your work, and don't worry, I'm not like a harsh judge or anything like this, unless you want me to be, but it's a great resource and such. And most everybody here is a part of it. And obviously, you don't need to watch. You don't need to be a part of it. You don't need to be a part of it, but we'd love to have you. And but I'm curious to see your work and where you're going, or you know, all this stuff in your videos. I would love, because I would love to watch those videos too, for your art, but also to learn Italian, because I'd like to have a video, it's like a channel in Italian that I get something out of, right? In addition to learning the language, that would be really good on my part, because I love Italian. I used to live in Italy, but I don't get to speak it that much, as you can probably tell. And I'd definitely, you know, subscribe to you. And I could also give you what little advice that I can from my experience in doing videos so far, which I have not been doing them that long, just a couple of years, but you know, it takes me a little bit of time to put stuff out. We've been talking about slumps and stuff. I've been kind of in a slump, but just, you know, it's just how it is. There we go, that's looking better. So this is good. So this is how we're working everything up here. This is good. It's starting to look good. All right, we need this to be interesting. A little bit larger brush. Let's do this. This is a good brush. Okay. And then what I'm going to do is take this value. I'm going to really make it. I'm adding some alizarin crimson to the dark gray, and I'm going to bring this into the sidewalk. So this is going to be a nice sidewalk mixture right here. That way I can do kind of a combination of the two. It doesn't need to be like totally perfect. It's nice to have some variation. You don't want to overdo it or make it look flat, but that's what we do. Speaking of overdoing it, I kind of did overdo it just now with that. Sometimes that happens. There we go. Bring this in. Now here's the thing. I have to make this shadow make sense with this too. So I'm going to have to do some darkening. Should be okay. It's quite nice actually. Slowly start plucking those lights out. Let's do this. Problem is I don't have stone color, so I'm just going to mix it really quick with my brush. Do certain variations of it. just going. This is kind of a little bit experimental here, just to see, because I'm going to have to darken those walls just a little bit, which it's okay. Ideally, I did this before. So it should be somewhere. Somewhere around here. Warm it up some. How are you doing? Doing okay?
Yeah.
That's okay. That looks good. Thanks, Quildar. Because I was blocking it. Yeah, I'm blocking it. Thanks, man. Yeah, you can see that now. Step back. So we want to have a nice sense of light to it here, right? And then I can kind of bring the lights up. Now, ideally, I already did this, but I think that this is going to be more interesting to look at. It's going to have a better light effect. All right, Miz. Hi, buddy. Miz, those people who are on the forums right now are just eating themselves alive. They look so stupid, man. Just like... It's bickering like you've... It's unbelievable. It is unbelievable how much everybody cares about what everybody else thinks and how they're trying to win some stupid argument that's so childish. And I'm not into the drama in that sense at all. I was just more of curious what people were saying, and then I was reading that stuff thinking, oh my gosh. Bring this down some. It is, dude, it is nuts. It is nuts. It is nuts. And we're going to do some subtle variations with this too here. These colors. It is nuts. We're toxic because I said rib. Hey, let them talk. Let them keep. That wasn't toxic at all. They didn't even say, look. They didn't even say good game to us after they beat us. They just started talking trash immediately. Do you remember that? That's what they did, which, fine, who cares? Like, but if they're if they're that upset over it, just let them talk. They're making such fools of themselves. We don't even need to say anything. We don't need to say anything. Oh, it is. But I mean, you can go back and easily find right after we lost that 35 to 18 or whatever we had, what they said. Ilokima, what's up? Dude, you can easily go back and find that and see what they said. And now granted, it wasn't that chick who said it, but I mean, she's the one, like, she didn't have any issue with that being said. Like, they literally were essentially, like, they were talking shit right afterwards. I like that warmth. See, Qualar, sometimes, you know this, look, it goes through these phases, right? These awkward phases, and this is kind of one of those awkward phases. And so, like, if you feel, you know, in the interest of, you know, like what we're talking about with thinking we should be better than we are and stuff, I mean, keep in mind, I've been painting this a long time, and this is awkward for me right here. This stuff takes time to do. You know, this stuff takes time, but, sorry, I'm probably getting in the way of it, but, again, just keep on painting on it until it's correct and give yourself the time, okay, because you're building up the drawing. You don't need to always have it so accurate always all at once. You don't need that. We simply don't need that. We just need to have, we just need to slowly get it better every single time we work on it. And sometimes it will get worse and then we just bounce back. That's how it is. Just, you don't stop. You continuously paint and try to use your head with it. That's what we're doing with this type of stuff. You know. Yeah, Ilokimo it's essentially, it's that Miz and I are just having fun. We play the same game and stuff. And what's happening is he and I are kind of observers to this, and we're just observing how crazy, frankly, people are on. These are grown adults. Anyway, it's nothing he or I are upset about. It's just I'm taking note of this and saying these people are insane. Oh, it is. It's great drama. It's incredibly entertaining. It really is. That's why every once in a while I just give it a little fuel and then step back and watch them talk. And it's something else. It is something else. But if you need relationship advice, I'm here, as you well know.
Last person to be giving relationship advice.
Hey, I gave him great advice last time.
Sure.
I did.
What'd you say?
I'm not going to tell you because you're just going to make fun of me.
That's right.
You know what it is? When you keep trying to course correct and it ends up looking like mush, that's when I feel like giving up. And that's when you keep going with it, man. Because reprogram yourself and say to yourself, it's not a success necessarily if it looks great. It's a success if I am able to continue to work on it and learn something from it, because that adds up and then you'll be able to do it. You can't always do the painting that you're wanting to do. The good painters will work past that. That's what you have to be. Brood War. Second camera is frozen. Is it doing that freezing thing again? Andy, what's up, buddy? You still follow Korean leagues of Brood War, and the level has gone up. Really, those Koreans take it to a whole new level. Tag in. And yeah, the conversations between Tag in and Anir are hilarious. They're hilarious. Really? Same names? I was watching American Star League a couple years ago. Is that Korean? Sweet. So we got a lot of work done on this. And guess what? We keep going. That's what we do. We keep going. It's a lot of painting. It's a lot of painting. Hey, thank you. Tag in, and I can make them better too. I just I can and should make them better. I'll continue to work on them, because when I start putting the branches in, I'm going to continue working on them, because I still need to make, like, I still need to bring some of the sky into it. I still need to work the drawing here and bring the roof in and put some of the roof underneath. So it's going to look better. It's going to look better. I don't know about the technique. This drawing in here is okay, I guess, but it just, I don't know. Liquid Nazgul by any chance? Wait. Okay. I don't know if he knows me. I met him in the NL League. Huh. Liquid Nazgul. Do you, Miz? You know who that is? You're talking about Brood War. This is StarCraft, right? I think. Huh. Oh, it is? Okay. See this now. Actually, let me oil this out just a little bit. I'm taking just a little bit of walnut oil. I want to see how dark. See, this is slightly darker than what I have, and so I don't know if that really needs too much changing. I don't want to make it black. Maybe I do darken it a little bit. How's your painting coming? You're gonna change the dress. You're repainting the hand too?
No, I'm never gonna repaint the hand. She's just not my hand.
So mean to me. Hey, that's looking 1,000 times better, don't you think?
Yeah, it
Way better.
totally makes sense.
That actually looks pretty good. What I like is this here, and even that, even though like you still need to work the hell.
She's listening.
Try again.
No, bitch.
Even though you need to work the line. I feel like
The what?
painting needs a pumpkin. I know, right? I agree, Ms. What I wanted to do was make it kind of a Halloween scene, but my sister wanted something that was a little bit not, essentially. I know, man. I wanted to make these windows like glowing and stuff, and it would have been so good. That's okay. It's whatever they want. That's the main thing. Miz, I was reading Legend of Drizzt last night and smoking a cigar right before we actually played. Right before you were late, which I took care of it. I took care of it. All right. I took care of it. Atmospheric perspective. So many languages for a 11-month-old kid to learn. I can't recall which one is Finnish, French, and Russian. Ooh. Yeah, no problem, man. And I wasn't upset with you. That stuff happens. I didn't mind. It was fun. It was a fun game. I don't know if you watched what happened. It was kind of funny, though. Everybody handled it like pros. Everybody was a pro. That's what we do. We handle it like pros. And we did. We vote kicked you out, but I mean, you managed to weasel your way back in. You watched part of it? Okay. I should have had her at the end. It was funny because you got on and I was just trying to play it cool and stuff, but it was fun. That was a fun game. Everybody had a good time. That's what matters the most. It was fun. We had a good time. Okay, now I'm going to look at this whole thing all at once. Kind of. It's looking all right. Okay. Oh yeah, and we got a good foothold in there just long enough to kill them because they would have killed them, but we went and wiped them, and then they were kind of poking in and out, but they couldn't get them. So. Everybody really listened and did what they had to do. It felt good. The phone rang. It was Mondragon calling. He was in the city center, and they were going to a cottage for a LAN party in the city center of Tampere, Finland. I know I'm not pronouncing it. First thought it was a prank. It was your nickname back then. 64, damn, that looks familiar. Man, the way... dude, it's crazy that you guys are kind of making a connection, Queldar and Ilokima. The way the trees blur in the distance. Oh yeah, this is looking all right, man. But I can do it better. Like, so I got the impression, but I need to get the form of the atmosphere, and that's not there yet. That's the problem. Here's the thing. This is more than enough for my sister. But not for me. That's the problem. Head and man of WG Tour. Got a smooth team now. We do. They are smooth. Because what happened is we went up to... we went down, obviously, to IBGY, and then we went up to Stone Bunker. I thought we could get that back. We didn't. There were more people in there, sitting in there, and than we could wipe out. So it sent us all the way to the cave. They had gotten everything, all the graveyards, everything. And then from there, we got SPGY back. We attempted, we had 50 seconds left on North. Didn't get that back. So then everybody managed to peel. This is what impressed me. Everybody managed to peel out of North without dying and go straight to Van and stop them. And then turtle inside. And there was about, I think, 8 of us or something, or maybe 10. I think it was like 8. We didn't have a lot. That impressed me. I was impressed. I would have had to pull teeth to do that like years ago. Yeah, tagging. So what I have, let me just say, it's crazy indeed. You know, once you get a certain level, there was many players. So tagging, what I have I have obviously this painting. Then I have a house painting on a vineyard. It's the same house that I painted in the vineyard painting that was very small that I didn't like, but it's a main shot of the house now, but it's at a different angle. So it's going to be a completely different painting. I have that, and then I have 3 portrait commissions after that of the man's grandkids. That's what I have. And then I have a commission that actually my aunts and uncles are commissioning me of one of my uncles when he was much younger. All right, so there's a lot of solid work that I have going into it, and it when I get to the portraits, that's when things should speed up some, because this stuff is not my forte, and it takes a little bit of time for me to do, which is fine. I'm just saying. So that's what we have going forward, but I'll also be mixing in other projects as well. And my goal is to be doing videos at the same time. So once I get enough money, just take a little bit of time to do a video, get back to the work, throw it down with the mentality of finish this, but in a good way, not rush it, finish it. So it's looking up, things are good. But I need to get this done because it's going to bring in, frankly, this month's rent, which is late. So I need to get this done. All right, I'm a little bit behind. 1 second. We have so many Druid Roars. If we get some melee classes going, will be deadly. Ms., we have several people who have those classes. I think if we, I think we can do that. But you're going to have to sacrifice me and Zerks on Mage if you're going to do that. That would be a big hit. Warcraft 3 beta with nice. Of RTS. You couldn't do Warcraft. I love the Warcraft 3. Yeah, taking it kind of things kind of came together there. So I'm gonna, and my goal is to never get in that position again where I'm down in commissions. And I'm going to do that by getting these commissions done quickly, efficiently, and also seeking new work out actively, which before I was not doing as I should. That's why I got in that position. That's really cool that you guys are like, you know that stuff, Kodar. Seems like y'all are kind of on the same page with that. Because Miz, I would love to go in with the Paladin or the Death Knight. I would love it. That would be a lot of fun to do. You go melee, right? And lead a team of melee that actually pushes. That's what I want to do. The problem is that most of the time people stand back, and I think with our healers though, it would be a very good thing to it would be great for us to push. Like, we could push. I would love to be on my Paladin and just be kept up as I push into their line. You notice I already do that with the Mage as I'm trying to push, but I'm a Mage. I can't do that. And especially if I'm right beside Zerks, because I know how he plays. And so it'd be fun, man. I'd love to do that. I would love to have games like those. I don't always like sitting back and being in the very back. Exactly. Yeah, you could have them, and look, you have the option of us being DKs as well. Like, we are leveling up, so we have options. Like I said, mine's 66.5, but I'm letting it get the rest of the experience right now. So guys, how many times have I gone over this right here? Quite a few, right? And we're constantly just fixing the drawing back up. So, if you find yourself in your work where you're like, oh, I just keep on repainting, it's never right. I get it. Look at what I'm doing here. This is why I'm doing it, right? Ret is a killer. You bring a DK in, and then you have, like Zerks and I will bring them down. You get the DK to get a double grip going, get the healers. Xerxes and I will freaking destroy them in the back. But we'll also help to push. We can give the DK some room to grip. Okay? And you get somebody targeting, but, like ranged of some sort. Like, this is the stuff we could be pulling. It would be deadly, man. Those types of things are just game changers, right? That's what changes the fights. So this looks on stream. On stream, it's looking all right. It's looking okay on stream. Whoops. I don't want to touch that. Go through and so normally when there's shadows, the contrast is slightly reduced. But you're still going to have some dark, right? And so I'm going through and putting the dark in. So the contrast is brought down some. The variation in color is brought down as well, just a little bit. There's still going to be slight variation. Right? It's like you want it to make sense, and that's how it's going to make sense. Here's how we do this. There we go. Let's keep on messing with this. It's up. Where are we at? 342. That's good. We're making, actually, today has been a huge success already. Even I'm not going to stop yet, but even if I was to stop right now, I'm at the point where I would be sleeping well tonight, saying I got good work done today. I'm very proud of that. And the reason being is that I filled in quite a bit up top. I put these trees in even though I need to work a lot of stuff. And I got a direction for the shadows. I'm doing work here, which this is a lot of work right here, but I can do it. I don't mind doing the work. Okay? And it's now I have a direction, and it's just a matter of going in and just getting this work done and having a solid finish to it. That's what it is. And there's a degree of flexibility that I can have with this as well. I don't need to do everything absolutely tight and, as well finished as I normally do. My sister specifically said she doesn't need that. She doesn't want that necessarily. But at the same time, I want to give her a solid painting. And to be honest with you, the finish, that solid finish, how tight you paint it, that makes a little bit of a difference. But it's the main thing you want to have, whether it's going to be a tight painting or impressionistic, you want to have the shapes and the drawing correct. And there's a lot of drawing and there's a lot of color in this. So it's still going to be a very complex painting. And so that's why I need to take my time and work the drawing. And if worse comes to worse, if I get something too tight, then I can squint down and just put a brush stroke of the right value, right color, right shape over several brush strokes to unify it. Yeah, Annie, you are correct. You need the dark to have the light. It's all illusion here, right? It's all an illusion that we're creating. Because there's no such thing as light in a physical painting. All of this is illusion. In other words, you turn the light off, this isn't going to glow. We're creating contrast, right? Tricks, color, playing color off each other, playing values off each other. You're correct. You are absolutely 100% right. See, I don't know what y'all are talking about, but it's fun to read. Lukimo, Quadarius. 40-minute games where I had carries and bases everywhere on island map, but my arms literally froze. I suddenly couldn't move them anymore. Oh my gosh, dude. So you just froze up on it? Did you just overthink and just lock up? It's a true sport. There are programmers and there are admins. No, Ilakimo, keep talking, man. To be honest with you, I just like the company and talking. It doesn't matter what you're talking about. Like this type of stuff. I like listening, especially to games, even though I'm not into. I actually do like StarCraft, but I haven't played it in a long time. From 1983. I'm 81. Yeah, just talk about whatever you want. I don't care. We have oftentimes we have several conversations going on at once. I try to keep up with this stuff as I'm. It's good for me because it gets my head. It keeps me kind of loose with things, right? What am I going to do? Hey, let me do something here. I'm going to. I like that. That's looking good. Okay, and I'm going to come in with. Give me a second. Y'all keep on chatting. I'm just going to do a quick mixture here of certain colors because I find myself mixing with my brush the same colors. And why does that keep on picking my voice up? Anyway. So I am just going to go through and mix these colors right here so I don't need to continuously go back and keep on going back with the brush and what have you. Here's the thing with paint. With painting, it's about sticking with it and continuing through and like not being such a pussy about whether or not it looks good in the end or whatever, right? If you stick with it, you're going to learn more than if you quit. And if you learn more every time, you're going to be where you want to be eventually. You just need to have the patience for it. That's how this works. So it's a mind game, and you have to continuously remind yourself of that. And I think when you start seeing success in your work after you thought that it was total shit and then it was, there's nothing you could do, right? There's nothing you could do. It's gone. It's over. It's this, it's that. But then you somehow manage to pull it together in one section. I think those small successes help push you forward. Like that's what helps you to continue later on. I had to see success in my work in small things that I did that kind of made me realize that I could pull together what I thought was a piece of shit. And that's hard to do. It's a tough mentality to have. But guess what? I mean, painting is hard, and that's why good painters are few and far between. Most people quit. It's not that they don't have the talent for it. And a lot of people have the education for it. They have the tools for it, right? And they just throw it away. I'm a little bit behind. What is your APM? From 19. Let me make sure the camera's still good. Good. Okay. APM concept with Jesus. It sounds like you guys are pretty hardcore about this. Came when we realized we could open and parse the replays. SAS queuing as mercs to hunt DJL is great for us in the long run. You hear the replays, I love watching those. Imagine replays came like 5 years after the game release. No one expecting an update anymore. Someone was asking if WoW is as difficult as StarCraft, and I had to explain the concept of APM to them, because WoW has a global cooldown. 4 APM would be worthless in WoW. 400 APM. Way too much StarCraft when I was young. Just play, man. Andy. Tagging, have you ever played StarCraft before? I'm trying to get... Tagging was really funny. Chin chin. Okay. Let's use this. Okay. The colors mixed. Back to it. colors. Look at that. Oh, mix some more orange. Here we go. So one trick I always have the secondary colors mixed. So that's orange, green, and some purple up top. So that way when I go to mix with my brush, I don't need to say if I want something more orange, I just get it more orange. And then I can modify it with red if I want. But I don't always have to go 1 yellow, 2 red. So it cuts out a step. It makes it a little bit more fluid. You can be a little more spontaneous with your mixture. So you do these little things here and there that seem insignificant, but in the end, it exponentially speeds up your painting. It makes it that much easier because painting's hard enough, man. So you want to take as many shortcuts that aren't cheating shortcuts, right? You want to make it as simple as you can. So you mix those secondary colors, you can more easily mix and get those colors quicker because of it. I don't know. What does APM stand for? Do I know what this means? I don't know. I don't think I've heard it. Action per minute. Okay. Yeah, so that would make sense because the global cooldown in WoW would prevent that. So like, you're going to be limited. There's only so much you can do, right? So that would make sense that in WoW it's not as... I guess it would just be a lower action per minute count, and there's a minimum you probably want to reach that they mathematically figured out, the theory crafters and stuff. To click on the individual buttons to train units. Will the Twitch channel shut down if nerdiness reaches a certain level? Is there such a level? Well, I guess we're about to find out. We are on Twitch, which is the mecca of video game man-children nerds like ourselves, right? It's true. It's fun. It's fun. Chill out. See, here's the thing. You can talk about that stuff and learn about painting at the same time. That's what's so great about it. I am talking about it and actually getting painting done at the same time, which is also great. So I'm having a nice conversation, learning stuff about this, and also learning stuff about the painting. Look, I think it's obvious at this point. Most of the time when I go into a work, I don't have everything figured out. So I'm just as much of a student of art. And that's my mentality going forward. You're a student of art, you're always going to learn. The second you stop saying that, you go downhill. And so every time I get on, I learn something. Every time. And some more than others, but this is how. So I don't like this because there's a stroke underneath that's being seen that is lighter, and you can tell, and it just doesn't look right. But I can fix that. I'm putting a little bit of variation in, warming things up here and there. Shitty. Some try to be shitty. Sometimes it's fun. In StarCraft, you mean? Annie, games were made to chill, and you guys just made it super difficult. I hear that complaint. Okay, Ms. is AFK. Yeah, I'm scrolling up. Is there such a blah blah blah? I'm not even following a single StarCraft streamer. Day 9, a little bit on YouTube. People still play. Games were made to chill, and you guys just made it super difficult. I'm sitting in my painting studio, not painting. but at least you have a painting studio. All right. Hey, being shitty is fun. I played competitive chess. Did you ever get? Did you really? Until 15? Sick of LT. Lost Temple. Oh, okay. Ooh. I forgot that I worked on this tree, and look at this. And I might be blocking the camera again. It's tricky. It's tricky, guys. Streaming sometimes, this stuff. It not only requires solid... See, normally if I was working, this is how I'd be right here. But for the camera, I step to the side, and sometimes that makes it a little bit harder to get the drawing. And obviously, sometimes I do block the camera, and I try not to. There we go. All right, Queldar, I'll see you, buddy. Yeah, take care, man. Hey, I'm glad you're out of that slump, by the way. Which you are out of the slump. I don't care. Just convince yourself that. You're out of it, man. Yeah. That's what we do. We keep working. This is a lot of busy work, right? It's a lot of busy work. Right. This is it's a lot of busy work. It's all good, man. It's all good. What we do, we just stick with it, like I say. And one way to increase your painting endurance is when you feel like you're tired, work 5 extra minutes. Work past 5 extra minutes past where you think you would quit. And do that every single time, and I promise you, you'll find yourself painting longer and longer every time. Every time. You'll get it. Every time. Just gotta stick with this. Painting is all about sticking with it. Wait a second. You don't get the prize. That's your inability. Wait 1 second. What do I need to correct? And I'm not sure I can because this conversation was a little bit beyond me. Competitive means playing in tournaments. No, it means to play in tournaments that has some prize pools. Playing in tournaments. I don't know. I don't know their exact terminology in regards to this. I mean, because professionals can play in tournaments too with prize pools, right? So playing competitive, from my understanding, normally means it's like you can play, for example, Overwatch, they have competitive mode, but I mean, like professionals are people who get paid, I guess. So you're saying is somebody professional who is playing in a tournament and then they get a prize pool for it? I don't know. I don't know if like that is considered that, like, you know, say there's like a $50,000 or $100,000 prize at the end, and 5 nerds decide to game it up and they get that. I mean, professional. I don't know. I don't know how they structure that. I don't know. Do y'all know? You play for prize pool. It can be anything. Professional get a living from it. That's it. But I guess my question is, where's that money come from, right? Professionals can be broke. Yeah. Like, I guess I don't know the structure for that. I don't know. Don't know. Where's that come from? Where's it come from? I don't know. Yeah, that's not my. So, here's the thing. I like playing games. Obviously, I like it. I think I'm decent. I'm not good. I'm not great. And that's why it's fun, because you just act like an idiot. So you make it fun, right? And I obviously I play with Miz and Val and Zerx and Claire on occasion. I play with her too. And it's fun. We just goof around and act like children, and that's the best thing. You know, it gets your head out of, you don't know what it does. I mean, you find good people to play with. And what I have found too, when they're not on, I'm not playing. Like I don't have that itch to play necessarily. Now, say it's a Saturday afternoon, I have nothing to do, I'm bored as hell. I might get on a little bit, dabble around here and there, but it's not as much fun as playing with people. Like, I like getting on doing stupid stuff. And I laugh at the stupid stuff that we do, because we do some amazingly dumb shit. We play, for example, Arena 2v2 in Warcraft. Sometimes we do the stupidest things and die in the dumbest ways, and it is hilarious. One time the gate was opened to go into the arena, and Zerx and I were facing the wrong way. And we're like, why is the gate not opening? And the other team is just looking at us like, this is going to be easy. I think we got our asses kicked. And other times we do some really cool moves. We're like, why can't we play like, you know? Sometimes we see things very clearly, and it's a challenge. I enjoy player versus player because obviously it's more challenging, and it's fun setting goals for yourself and seeing that you're becoming better. And it can be very frustrating too. But I found like the best players, I think, in my opinion, are the player versus player in whatever game, because you're playing against other, like a sentient being who is, for the most part, more intelligent than a computer program, right? It's played professionally too. Okay, so y'all are kind of figuring this out. Most cheered. chess players are professionals because they barely make a living. Okay, so y'all kind of figured that one out. Anyway, I love playing games and stuff, and my outlook of it is, we can definitely make them a waste of time. I think we all know that, but it's also like that's why I like having a balance in my work and painting all day long, right? I love, or as long as I do, it's not all day, but I love painting, and at the end of the day, I like how I feel when I've done a good job painting, right? I feel good when I've done a good job painting, and then I know that the rest that I get, I deserve. Yeah, look, Kimo, so what games do you like? I used to play a lot of PlayStation 1 and 2 and stuff like that. And I liked Castlevania. And now, and for a period of time, because Warcraft was so involving, I would only play that because I didn't want to get into any other games. But then last expansion was so horrible that it pushed me and I quit for a very long time. I'm going to gate to past 30 years ago. Games are good till they are not addictive. Yeah, because then it's kind of like yeah, I know what you mean. It's a good way of putting it. Played Myth, The Fallen Lord before those times. Did y'all ever play Fell Reaver? It was, what was it? Fell Reaver? That was on PlayStation, and that was a really good game. There was the Legend of, I think, Kane, Fell Reaver 2. I enjoyed that stuff. I remember when Tomb Raider came out. That was a very popular game. Never had a PlayStation. There were some good games on PlayStation. You had a Destruction Derby. That was fun. I remember I was in the 8th grade when I was playing that. I was playing it with my friends. Same friend, he shot me in the leg, and I still have a BB in my leg. Ooh, guys, I'm gonna have to go soon. I forgot. I have to pick my dad up around 4:30, and it is about that time right now. So let me see. Let's see what we got. So we got a lot of work done today. And see, this is my point. I could, if it was up to me, which is not right now, I could paint for another hour at least. And I've been painting for 2 hours, 40 minutes, which is not bad. It could be better. Ideally, I'm painting at least 3 hours, but that's straight. That's not bad. It's not bad. And what I would like to do is take another break and get back to it. But we still got some solid work done today. I'm very pleased with this camera that it hasn't given out. You had Macintoshes, so it was a bit limited. We did 2 for a time. Yeah, we had a Macintosh, and I remember the PCs, those always had the good games on them. In fact, that's still kind of the case in some of them. Playthrough on TV, Legacy of Kain, yeah. The trailer was incredible. I played Diablo 1 instead. You know what would be cool, Ilokimo, was if they came out with a Diablo 1 remake, because in my opinion, and I haven't heard this said, and maybe I'm on crack, but Diablo 1 was so much fun. It just had a different air to it, and I feel like they lost it in 2 and 3. Miz, you never played Diablo? I think you might like it, Miz, but it's very outdated right now, but the feel of it, it was so much fun. It was so much fun. I liked just the simple warrior, right? If they did a remake of that game and just made it simple, yeah, the character was slow and dark. It was dark. And they could make some improvements, make him run fast, definitely the graphics and stuff, but you have kind of like they update the graphics, they update all that stuff, but you have the butcher, but you have the same music. I would love a remake of that, and I haven't played the Resurrected. I haven't played that. I was turned off from the. I'm not against people making money, but just the fact that the monetization was so blatant in Immortal turned me off to them a lot. It was also coming out at a time where they were pissing me off in general in Warcraft because they were doing stupid shit like just game design. It kind of turned me off for a time. Prince of Persia, all right, that's a good game. Yeah, it was a small world, but it was just like down below a church. It was simple, right? It wasn't like, what I don't like is like when things become too epic and grand. It's like, oh yes, you're a seraphim now or whatever. You're like you're this amazing being that other people. I like it when it's just like simple medieval. You're a warrior. You're this. That's what I like. I kind of feel like they need to. They're like, okay, we're doing another one. We need to make it better, so we're gonna one up it by making this even grander. And I don't think they need to do that. Absolutely amazing. Was it? I'll have to check it out. Old school RuneScape. Here's what I'm gonna do, guys. I'm gonna do the same thing I did yesterday. All right. I'm gonna do the same thing I did yesterday, and so while we talk, y'all can feel free, anytime to go. But as we talk, let's see how this looks over here. Yeah, it's okay. This camera suffices. Just do this. There. So I'll be over here. I'm gonna tilt this down just a little bit, and I will be cleaning my brushes. Okay. I'll be cleaning my brushes over here, and that way we can. This is the main camera. Don't need that anymore. We got a lot of work done today because I do have to go, but I'll keep the stream on as I clean, and then we'll just call it after that. And maybe I just shut it off after I. Are those? Did you put those in here? Oh, okay. I might not like do it again, like going back and cleaning my brushes, but I don't know. What do you guys think about Diablo 4? Jordan Mechner, everyone was connected through GTA. Played GTA. With signed. So played San Andreas a good bit. Till 4, Jordan Mechner. All right, Miz, I'll see you, buddy. I don't know. What do you guys think of Diablo 4 coming out? I mean, that might be good, right? Well, it's not out yet. You played an hour of Diablo 4, was hoping it would be closer to Diablo 1, but no luck. Yeah, so you're like me, Ilokima, like you remember Diablo 1 and you miss that. That's kind of how I am with this. This brush I don't need. This is clean. Put that there. Whoops. Like I miss. That's what I miss so much. Like I was in the 8th grade, I think, and it was so much fun. It was such a good game. And maybe I wouldn't like it now. Maybe it's, I don't know. Maybe it was just new at the time. It was the first time you actually leveled a character up. Like, for me. Yeah, I've played Diablo 3 a lot. Yeah, you kick everything in the first door and enter the second. So, yeah, like one of my main complaints though for Diablo 3 was that the bag space. There was no bag space. That was a real issue, and so it was like every time I can't tell you how many times I said, you know what, I feel like playing Diablo 3, but I would get on and look at my bag space and realize that I have literally 50 items that I need to go through and double check to see if the stats are better or if they can go to one of my alts. Or it was, and I said, why can't they just make bag space? Like, why? Why can't they? That was the reason that I really didn't play that much later on. Yeah, like that is something that should. It's like, why did they make that an issue? It kind of felt like they were trying to make us play seasons because of it. Like, hey, if you go through the season, then you'll get an extra bag slot. That's such a stupid thing to do. Like, make it. You want to play a season because it's fun. If they're trying to like show their people, yeah, hey, look how much time these players spent playing. Like, that's what I think they were doing, but it's stupid as hell. I don't know. I am not sure. Lost my interest in the first minute when the main character is in t-shirt and gets caught in a snowstorm. Like, you get attacked in the snow by wolves, but they got to be called wargs because fantasy and stuff. Yeah, I didn't play it, so I don't know. I've heard mixed reviews on it. What do you need? This? Go for it. There's little rat claws at work. You want to wipe it off? I mean, we'll see how it goes. It might be good, right? Prefer running into one wolf and almost dying than having to kill 20 wolves with taking a single hit because noobs would not play if they died. Ilakimo, like, well, Warcraft used to be that way. It's not anymore. But it's closer than Diablo is. Yeah, I hear you. It's just different. I can't definitively say, but to me, Diablo 4 looks like a fancy Diablo 3. That they just haven't innovated. It's like it's just a. But I could be wrong. I could be wrong about that. I didn't play it. You know. Last time I played Diablo, I had some friends that they didn't want me to actually play. If I tried to do anything, they got pissy, so I quit playing. I don't know why they invited me to begin with. That sucks. One hidden enemies, they should just use rats. It's true, man. It's a good point. I don't know. We'll see. The game's coming out, and you know what? I hope it's good, and I hope it does well, because I like what Blizzard used to be, and I hope that they get back to that one of these days. It's just it seems like they're making their games. It seems like they've run out of steam. I don't know. I like how they used to be just in your face. Awesome. Right? Gameplay was good. I miss that. I like, just kind of the medieval feel of things. Not this fantasy furry bullshit that they seem to be doing. They've communicated so much how they want to make it like the old stuff and not like Diablo 3, and also the skill tree system seems very interesting. Contra is hard. Playing it a bit on my your mini Super Nintendo. I usually lose in Contra. I haven't played Contra. I don't think. Maybe I have. It's an old game, isn't it? I got a lot of colors all of a sudden. Not sure that's a good thing. goes. This palette needs to be sanded. There we go. Side-scrolling shooting with a gun every time. Okay. It's been a while since I've like heard some of these names, to be honest with you. Or heard Contra rap specifically. This is why, dude, every day cleaning. Every freaking day. So much cleaning. That's what we do. That's why it's nice when I just have to draw, because it's like when I'm done, I'm done. I just like brush my hands off on my pants and walk out. That's what I do. With this, it's just like this ceremony going on. Tekken was fun. I enjoyed Tekken. I enjoyed playing Mortal Kombat. Did y'all like Mortal Kombat? Why are you pacing back and forth? Are you waiting to go clean? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, she's waiting on me. So once I get this palette, I'm going to go and clean with her in the other room. I'll end the stream right after this, after I put the palette up. I do have to run, guys. Otherwise, I'd stream probably for another hour at least. As usual, I really appreciate all of you guys watching and hanging out with me here, because this, like I said, this is my normal studio work. This is what I do. Why not put a camera on and get this stuff done and talk to whoever, you know, whoever's there, and share whatever I can with you guys about this. Try to encourage you in your own work, you know, and so we can talk about stupid shit and get something out of it at the same time, so you haven't wasted your day, which is a good thing. You can learn about painting, and we can talk about games and stuff. That's fun. Keeps my head, you know, out of the gutter, and I'm getting stuff done and having a good time, so it's fun. Mortal Kombat, yeah. Dude, Mortal Kombat was fun. I was in 6th grade when Mortal Kombat 1 was out on the Genesis. I remember waiting. I wasn't allowed to play video games during the week, so it was Friday. And I was just, it was one of those, you know, like when you have something on your mind, it's like you're waiting for Friday and you can't focus. It was bad. I couldn't focus. I was thinking about, Scorpion. That's what I was thinking about. Just fine. Yeah. Sanguine's difficult, man. Just keep on practicing. Look, main thing, bread and butter, pencil drawing, figure drawing, that type of stuff. And we'll go through the basics again. This is not the basics, obviously, what I've been doing. But, guys, I am going to wrap it up here. You guys are awesome. It was fun. I enjoyed even Ilukimo and Quellar talking about freaking StarCraft and all those, the nerdiness there. That's a very high level of nerdiness, which means it was a successful stream. It's a fun day. So, guys, I will be streaming again this week. Definitely, probably tomorrow. I need to get this sucker done. I need to get moving, get into the rhythm, which is what painting is about. So, you guys, thank you so much. Y'all are awesome. Y'all take care. I'll see ya.